No, your time is up, Senator Mugeni, kindly. Let us give other members also time to contribute. No, next time I will. I'll be very magnanimous. Next time I sit here, I'll give you some more time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Then next is Tana River Senator Mungatana Danson, Buya.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to take this opportunity to thank His Excellency, the President, for his exposition of public policy and where he needed us as the House. The desire of the people of Tana River and many of these other people from these arid and northern arid areas that, Mr. Speaker, this Marshall Plan be done as fast as possible. Mr. Speaker, what is a Marshall Plan? Marshall was the Secretary of State for President Harry Truman many years ago in the US. And Mr. Speaker, George Marshall came up with an economic plan to help the areas that had been ravaged by war in Europe after the end of the World War. And America had not been hit so much. So the essence of the plan was that there would be a transfer of resources from one area friendly to another area. Mr. Speaker, this is what I'm thinking, and this is what I hope our policymakers who are listening to this speech will help us implement. Mr. Speaker, in this country, there has been a deliberate economic segregation of some areas of this nation. Sessional papers have legitimized this economic segregation of areas such as ourselves. Mr. Speaker, we pray that the President, in dealing with this matter of the hunger, he will effect that Marshall Plan. It is our prayer and our hope that resources will be made available, not to just save lives on the short term, as has always been the case with previous administration. But, Mr. Speaker, resources will be made available to our counties to help in production so that hunger can be an issue of the past. Mr. Speaker, I plead with His Excellency the President and those policymakers around them. The time has come that we should do away with the mentality of those sessional papers that legitimized the separation, economic separation of people within this country. So, Speaker, I pray that this will be the end of that, and we are very hopeful that the President will actualize the plan to create a new deal like President Roosevelt did for those disadvantaged areas in the US, that our counties, which are not as productive, will be helped to fit and to come up in this idea of bottom-up, so that those counties that are at the bottom now, Mr. Speaker, will be brought up. We preach